What up, YouTube? It's your boy Golf Ball Whacker Guy, and in today's video we're gonna go over what I think is one of the best builds on PGA 2K25. We're gonna respec my attributes, we're gonna respec my skill tree, and then we're gonna go over what I'm utilizing for fittings in the bag. So ain't nothing to it, guys, but to get into it, let's get stuck in, shall we?
Thanks, man. Tell your friends.
All right, what's happening, guys? Here we are in my player. Let's head on into my player progression and we will get things popping. So I figured I would do this video first and foremost because I've seen many other people do this video and they've been getting them YouTube views, and I want some of those YouTube views, okay? Reason two, I don't like where my attributes are sitting, so I guess we don't have our attributes where we want them, so we get the opportunity to try to make a video that's going to get views, plus we're going to try to get our attributes to where we want them. So if you guys are to look at the screen here, you guys can do whatever you want, take a screenshot, whatever. This is what I'm working with at the current moment. Again, I am a 99 overall technician, level 100, so leveled right up as high as you can go. You can see I have a 67 power, 75 contact, 95 swing path, yada yada yada. This is all going to zero. So let's respec and then let's build, ladies and gentlemen. So bang, we are back to stock technician levels here. So first things first, I am going to I want every bit of power I can get, guys. Now some people, they're gonna try to make up for the loss of power with fittings, and you can do that. I just want more power, so I'm going to sacrifice a little bit in terms of my contact for getting the max power I can get out of a technician archetype. So we are going to crank the power right to 67. You can see that is going to take down our contact. We're not going to be able to get it past 75. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to put our swing path all the way as high as we can get it, because correction really does not mean a whole lot here, guys. If you've learned to swing on the diagonal, you're not going to really have too much of a problem with having a lower correction. The correction does not correct a terrible amount. So I mean, maybe if you're getting it up to like 95 or something like that, it's going to be really significant. But we've all gotten used to swinging on diagonal, so I'm going to be pumping up the swing path to 95. Next thing is shaping and recovery. I'm going to be maxing out my shaping because I don't think recovery is very important. Actually, I'm going to give a couple points. We'll get recovery to 50 and we'll have our shaping at 80, because with low shaping, you really cannot turn over the ball too much with a perfect. You have to really be manipulating the club face with open or closed and then push pull. So we're going to up our shaping. And when it comes to rhythm and transition, I'm going to try to balance these both out. So I'm going to go to 70, we'll say 70 and 70 and see where that gets us. So we'll go to 75. So we're going to be 74 and 74. And I think that's a pretty good sweet spot. You know, I might give a little bit more into transition. Let's actually go with 70, and you know what, let's try to You know what? Actually, we'll leave it at like that. I think that's pretty decent. So we have 50 points left. You can see we have at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen we have 50 owned AP left. We're now sitting at a 91 overall. Putt weights and putt contact. Again, I'm gonna try to get them similar. I think more so contact is going to be more beneficial, guys, because again, contact is going to be your little white bars, right? So the higher that contact and path is, the bigger your bars are going to be. So we're going to focus more so on the contact. So we can get it up to almost a 70. So we're gonna leave it like that, and then rhythm, we're gonna try to even things out here. I think putt rhythm is incredibly important, although you can utilize fittings. So I am utilizing putt rhythm fittings on my putter. So maybe we'll go with 58, 66. Actually, let's try to get that contact up to 70. And so we're looking at 54 and 70. So, all right. So we have everything where we want it. If you guys are looking at my contact and you're thinking, Mr. Golf Ball Whacker guy, but your contact is only 75. This is okay, guys, because I'm going to be utilizing fittings, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the video. So let's cross our fingers and hope this build is good. We're going to confirm upgrade. Bang. So there we have it. We are now 99 overall again. We're looking good. You can see our driver is a 292 carry. Our 3-wood is a 261 carry. So on and so forth. We're looking at around 10-yard gappages with our irons and wedges. All right, guys. So here we are. We're sitting in our skill tree. You see there is 6 tabs, 6 different tabs for all 6 of your different skill trees. Spit it out, Junior. So we're in the T skill tree. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. I'm not going to say it again. In any case, we need to respec our points. So we are going to hit X and we're going to respec. We're back to stock. You can see we have 500 available skill points. So you have a max of 500 skill points you can use in these 6 different skill trees, guys. So be conscious of that. Again, you guys build off of whatever you see fit. I'm gonna tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing with my skill tree. What I'm doing is gonna be different from what you're gonna do. So, you know, take what you can from me and put it towards your own skill tree. So basically you start off with like a stock tee shot. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna have to use the transition, and then you must get your contact and swing path up. On every single one of these, you need to get the contact and swing path skill, guys, in these skill trees, because the contact and the swing path is what makes your little white bars bigger. Okay, so make sure you're doing that. All right. Next thing I am going to, well, the only way to get further in the skill tree is to utilize the rhythm proficiency boost. So we have to do that. Now it gives us a choice of a choke tee shot or a stinger. I am going with the stinger all day because the stinger is something you can use that is gonna be great for like high winds and shit. So you definitely want to use the stinger if you plan on playing like highly competitive, you know, TGC tours, whatever. The stinger is a great shot. The choke tee shot, I don't think there's a whole lot of value to it, just because you can just drag the cursor back and utilize a partial shot and it serves really the same purpose. So we're going to save our points. We're going to go into the stinger. We're going to build our contact and swing path like so. And then we are going to do the rhythm proficiency boost, because that is going to get us to the power drive, which is the special skill that comes with getting a powerhouse to 85 overall. The power drive is definitely a very valuable skill, because it gives you, when you hit it perfect, it gives you an extra, I don't know, 12 to 15 yards of carry on your drive when you hit it perfect. So very valuable. The only thing about the power drive is it's really difficult to hit. So even though you see here we have utilized the swing path and the proficiency boost, or the contact boost, the bars are still going to be small, guys, no matter what. They're still going to be small, just not as small when you utilize the contact and swing path. So I'm not going to waste 8 points on the rhythm, because I don't think the rhythm matters. So that right there is what our T skill tree looks like, guys. If we move into the approach, again, you're going to have your base starting one. So it's going to be just a basic approach. So again, we need to get our contact and swing path up, and then we're going to work into the choked approach. So we're going to have to utilize points on the rhythm, even though it does not matter. If we go over to the other side, our pitch, again, we're going to build the contact and the swing path like so, and then we're going to have to progress in the skill tree. Unfortunately, you have to waste points on things that don't really matter. So so you can see here we're building our way to what we want to get to here is the spinner and the off the deck shot. So we'll start with the choked approach. I'm not going to do anything in terms of the swing path or the contact with the choked approach. I'm just basically building through it to advance in the skill tree to get to the off the deck. So we're here at the off the deck. Again, off the deck is going to be huge for, you know, long par fives. So if you plan on playing TGC tours, you know, if you play platinum or any of the pro tours, par fives are significantly longer. You want to have an off the deck shot. Some guys, they don't think they need it, but I'm definitely going to have off the deck. So we're going to build the contact and the swing path, of course, because again, that's making our bars bigger. And then we can't go this way because we have not unlocked the knockdown shot. So we have to, unfortunately, waste points on this runner shot, which is unfortunate. But so we're just gonna move straight through it to get to the spinner, and then we're gonna build our contact and swing path like so. Now the spinner is probably the most valuable shot in my opinion in the game, simply because when you figure out like the yardages, you can really just, you know, it's like the pitch shot in 2K23 where you can just, you're really just going to be, it's kind of be like the ball's just going to one hop and stop. Like basically it's going to allow you to like be able to score a lot better, get yourself out of trouble in the rough. It's not going to stop out of the rough, but it's going to check up and trickle out. So the pitch shot is like, the pitch shot doesn't do that. So spinner, you need the spinner, guys. That is by far, I think, the most valuable shot in the game is the spinner. If we move into recovery, you can see we have a punch, a basic punch shot, and a basic flop. So again, we'll just build our contact and swing path. And then we have the choke punch, which is nothing I'm going to mess with. I don't think I need that, so I'm not wasting points on it. I'm not going to waste points on the rhythm here because we don't need to get down this way. So we're going to roll over to the flop. Again, it's just a basic flop shot. Build our contact and swing path, and then we're going to have to utilize the rhythm because we need to move further through the skill tree to get to the super flop, which is probably maybe the second most valuable shot in the game. However, if you're playing the game on Legend Swing, they've made it with the last update to where it's really way more difficult to hit the flop shot in the super flop. So basically the axis is way more on an angle, and it represents cutting across the ball like you would in a real life flop shot. So nonetheless, we're gonna get the super flop, we're gonna build the contact and the swing path, and then we're not gonna mess with the rhythm, and we do not have the recovery shot because we don't have a magician at 85 overall. So we'll move into the bunker shot. Again, this is just a standard splash shot. Build our contact and swing path like so. We're gonna hit the rhythm because we're gonna go over to the right here, and the power pick I should say, and the pick are, I guess, the third most valuable shots in my opinion in the game. I don't think we need to mess with the contact or swing path proficiency boost on the power pick because I just don't think I'm going to use it a lot, so I'm not going to worry about wasting points where I could utilize them somewhere else. So if we go into the pick shot, which is basically your green side bunker shot, what this shot allows you to do is throw the ball at the hole and stop it quick. So the pick is like a huge, very valuable shot. Some would say the pick is the most valuable shot in the game. I'm gonna say the spinner is the most valuable shot in the game. You guys be the judge. Maybe the pick is better for you, I don't know. I think the spinner is better because there's more scenarios where you're going to use a spinner, the spinner shot, as opposed to the pick shot. So again, I'm not going to mess with the rhythm because that's just wasting points. We had the blast shots. Now the blast shot is somewhat valuable when you have a lot of green to work with and you don't have enough yardage to get the pick shot to the hole. So you would utilize like a blast shot, and then you could let it release to the hole, but we're gonna leave that for now. We're gonna roll into green, and then you just have your standard chip and then your standard putt. So again, we build the swing path and the contact like so. We're not going to mess with the bump and run because the chip shot is basically a bump and run. So I don't know why you would use the bump and run, but nonetheless, same thing we're going to do with the putt. Again, build the spit it out, guy. Build the contact and the swing path like so. And then we're trying to build down to right here, which is the green reader skill, which is really huge. So we don't need any of these things. Lag putt is not important. We're just going to build right through the skill tree. Texas wedge, again, is not important. It's just like a gimmicky kind of shot. You'll never use the Texas wedge ever. If you're having fun with like your friends or whatever, and you're trying to hit like a putt up the fairway that's whatever 40 yards in the fairway, whatever, like sure you could have fun with it, but it's not a shot that's like will ever come up in like a competition where you would actually use that shot. So we'll build right through it, and this is what we want the green reader skill, because the green reader skill, we ran out of points here. Okay, my bad. So yeah, the green reader skill is going to make the green grid smaller. So when you start out, the boxes are quite big, significantly bigger than 2K23. And then once you get a greenskeeper archetype to 85, you're going to unlock this special skill. And it's basically what it's doing is just shrinking those boxes. And then in shrinking those boxes, there's just way more beads to be visible on the green, which is going to give you a better ability to read the green because there's more beads moving around. So maybe you don't need that. Maybe more beads would lead to more confusion in reading a putt. I don't know. I think the more information, the better. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is our green skill tree built up. And if we roll into the last but not least, the clubhouse pass skills. Season 1 is the tie spinner. I mean, it's a cool shot. It's kind of gimmicky. There's scenarios where you can, you know, tie spinner would be like a good shot to use, but more oftentimes than not, you would use like just the stock regular spinner shot. The tie spinner is like a low trajectory shot that bounces quite significantly and then checks up. So I think it's more just like a fancy kind of shot that they put in for, you know, the clubhouse pass stuff to, you know, just get people to want to buy the clubhouse pass because you get this like fancy tie spinner shot. But there's scenarios where it would be good to use, like for instance, you have like you're uphill, you have a significant amount of green to work with, you might want to use the tie spinner in that scenario. But you know, if you practice it, I'm sure you could get really good at it. I don't know, it's there to use if you want it. So anyways, guys, that is the skill tree. I will see you guys in my golf bag. Do feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. I'm more than sure there will be people in the comments section that can answer your questions as well. So if you're unsure about anything, just feel free to ask, because you do not learn without asking questions. So that is what our new attributes look like, guys, what our new skill tree looks like. Now we will roll into my golf bag and I'll give you guys a quick rundown of what my fittings look like. I'm not changing my fittings because I have my whole golf bag evoed right up to the Sapphire. So you can see here it says season evo limit reached. That means that I've leveled up my clubs. I've evoed my clubs to the max level for this season of the Clubhouse Pass, and that is what is called Sapphire. So it starts off with stock and then it goes from Emerald to Sapphire. So we are leveled right up to Sapphire. As you can see, everything is all blue. The backgrounds are all blue. That means everything is on Sapphire. So yeah, we'll start with my driver. If we go into my driver, you can see you have those 5 slots, and every one of those slots is going to account for added power for whatever fitting you decide to put in it. Now I want as much power as I can get, because power is king in the modern golf game. Power is king in golf, period. The further you can hit the ball, the better chance you give yourself of shorter shots into greens, which in return is going to give more birdie and eagle looks. So in terms of these fitting slots, like I said, the stock starts off with a +2 power, and then the Emerald is going to be a +3 power, and then the Sapphire, which we are evoed up to, is a +4 power. So we have 5 slots, and every one of them is good for +4 power, guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could see that if you remember, if you go back to when we changed our attributes, we are maxed out on the power at 67, but we have 5 Sapphire power fittings, which are all +4. So That in return is going to get us up to what you're seeing on the screen somewhere over here, which is 85 power or 87 power, guys. So yeah, you guys can feel free to utilize whatever you want. You know, if you want to have more forgiveness, then put whatever you want on there. Put contact fittings on there, put swing path fittings on there. If you want better correction, even though it doesn't do a whole lot, you can put correction fittings on there. You can put rhythm fittings on there. You guys can interchange anything however you want to do it. Now, I have 8 wins on TGC tours. I would say I'm a pretty highly competitive player. What I'm showing you guys here is what all the top players are going with. So I mean, they may have little differences in, some guys will choose to go with more swing path and contact, whereas myself, I am going to be utilizing more power because I just want more power. I want to be able to hit the ball further, okay? Don't hate, appreciate, all right? So yeah, that is my driver. 5 power fittings at +4 gets us to 87. If we go back, look at my 3-wood. My 3-wood is basically the exact same thing, guys. I wanted as much power as possible, so I've got it maxed out. All power fittings. Again, it's getting us to 87, and that is going to be giving us a 261 carry on the 3-wood. So that's huge. Huge. Gives us way more of an opportunity to hit long par 5s and 2. So that's another reason why I want as much power as possible, because when you get into playing like the pro tours on TGC tours, platinum, which I plan to get into this season, par 5s are long. All the holes are going to be long because it's the best of the best, right? So you want as much power as possible. So that's what my 3-wood's looking like, all power fittings. And if we go into my irons, this is where I'm going to be utilizing 1 power fitting, and then I'm going to be utilizing 2 contact fittings and 2 swing path fittings. So you can see that gets us all the way up to what we're sitting at, which is going to be 87 or whatever. So we have you can see like our swing path is maxed right out. So our swing path, which is the bottom of our swing, our bar is going to be as wide as it can get. And then our contact, the top, is going to be not quite as good, but it's still going to be significant enough to where we're not going to have too much problems hitting perfect. So I put 1 power fitting on my irons just because that 1 power fitting gave me a very good yardage gap in terms of my going from my 2-iron all the way to my 62-degree wedge. I'm working with damn near a 10-yard gap for basically all my mid irons, right through to my wedges. So I utilized that 1 power fitting because it gave me a good gappage in my yardages. So I like about a 10-yard gap in my yardages. Now, if I could get that gappage less, it would be good, but I don't think you can really get it where it's, you got 5-yard gappages in your clubs. So I think a 10-yard gap is pretty good, and yeah, that's what we're working with our irons. 1 power fitting, 2 swing path, 2 contact. And if we roll into the old putter, I am utilizing all rhythm fittings, guys. So if you remember, when we put our attribute points into our putting, we left out the putt rhythm because we have all 4 of these fittings at putt rhythm. So yeah, that's what we got for that, guys. What else can I say here? Again, this is all personal preference to you guys. Whatever you see fit to do, you just do it. Do whatever you see fit. But what you guys are seeing in this video is going to be the build that is going to give you, I guess you could say, the most room for error. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Watch some other people's videos out there and maybe take something from my video, take something from B-Dan's video, take something from Stive's video, from whoever, Minnesota's video, Respawn's video, whatever, man. Gamer Ability's video. Take something from everybody's video and do your own thing, man. So that is what my new build looks like, guys. Hopefully we're not going to respec again. We've only actually respect one time, so this would be time 2. Again, I did this because I was getting 2 things out of this video. I was hopefully gonna get into the YouTube algorithm because people like videos like this out there. People are looking for videos like this out there, and I'm totally transparent with you guys out there, period. I'm looking to get views on YouTube to grow my channel, and tutorial videos like this do well. So that was reason 1. Reason 2 is because I didn't like where my tribute points were sitting, so I was already going to do it. So why not make a video when we were already going to do it? So anyways, guys, hopefully you got something out of this video. Again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will be more than happy to help. The community is more than happy to help. So you know, if you're reading the comments on this video and you have knowledge to provide to somebody who maybe doesn't have the knowledge you have, help a brother out in the comments, man. That's what it's all about. That's what this game is about. It's about community, okay? That's what makes the 2K25, the golf community so great is that it's a community. It's a tight-knit community, and yes, there's fighting and there's bickering, but at the end of the day, everybody is more than happy to help one another and just like to see people succeed and get better at the game, and you know, enjoy the game because they're getting better and playing better. So that is what it is, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you're new here, like the video, hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. You'll never miss another video like this one. And until I see ya, if you can be anything in life, be kind. Peace.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.